Alrighty. What up, world? It's your boy Jeff, aka Cool Boy Jeff, right here. That's the only place you can find a wave. It's the Wave 804. And look, man, I got finally I got a comedian on this joint. Out of all these interviews I've done, I've never
Oh,
ever had a comedian that came on
wow.
here and was able to discuss what his or her to be able to discuss the foundation, the growth of it, so on and so forth. So I want to say thank you for being the first person that allowed me to interview you based on your profession.
Man, thank you. This is actually the first interview I'm doing. So,
I got you. Hey, look, it's an
I'm
honor
happy.
again. It's definitely
Yeah,
an
no,
honor again.
I guess I got to get into doing this stuff or whatever. And you popped up and I was like, yo, let me see if we could do an interview and stuff. So, I'm kind of new to this. So I hope it goes well.
Oh, it's gonna go great. It's gonna
Right.
go great. You just be yourself, and we're gonna continue. We're gonna take care of the next of it. But first and foremost, let everybody know who you are, what you do, and then we're gonna go ahead and go from there.
I'm Charrina Scott and I do stand up comedy. I write, I'm an actress and entertainer. Um, I've been doing stand up for about 7 years in installments. So I actually just filmed my first comedy special like a few months ago and that's coming out soon. So I'm really excited about that. If you
That's what's
find me on
up.
Instagram, you'll probably see me making like little crazy reels and stuff like that. But you know, what I love doing mainly is stand up. So
Hey, that's what's up. Ladies and gentlemen, please go ahead and check out her page. And man, she is funny as fuck. Alright, it was one joint that she was talking about, you talking about yourself and you was making the crowd laugh and stuff like that. I'm not about to say what you was talking about. You talking about yourself. But respectfully,
right.
that's just who you are as a woman. But again, I just want to start from the basics. I just want to understand as a woman, and again, like you know how most females they love to talk, they love to talk about certain things or it's about certain people. But when you started talking, what I'm saying, you started coming up with jokes and everything else like that. Who or what prepared you, or at least gave you an introduction to comedy, or was it just like you roasting your family, or they roasting you? Like, how did that come about when you knew for a fact that you want to start being a comedian?
I didn't really like. I didn't grow up thinking I was going to be a comedian. I did grow up watching comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching it. I loved it and stuff like that. I loved the effect that I got from watching comedy. It wasn't until I went into an open mic and I seen other people performing. No comedians. It was rappers, people singing and doing poetry and all that stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was performing and the audience was like real supportive of everybody that performed. So at that moment I was just like, damn, I want to get up and perform something.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, girl, you don't do nothing, you don't rap, you don't sing, you don't twerk, you don't dance, you don't do nothing. And yeah, that right there, that made me laugh. And then
Mm-hmm.
I thought of something else, it made me laugh. So it was my thoughts. It was really just like my thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
since I just realized that, I was thinking of stuff that made me laugh and I started writing it down. And then next thing you know, I had like several pages of like material.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back to that open mic to see if they'll let me do it because they didn't really have comedians either.
Mm-hmm.
And they let me perform and the rest is history.
Mm, got you. Now, when you started to format your material, was there a particular person? Like I was watching Country Wank when he was on Club Shay Shay, where he was saying that he watched the Cat Williams, the Pimp Chronicles and stuff like that. He started working on his material. Was there anybody that you kind of was like not, taking what they had, but kind of trying to get an understanding of comedy, or was everything kind of like came to you right then and there, and he was like, "Oh, okay, I could be able to do this stuff like that." Like, how was that for you?
Yeah, it was pretty much all my thoughts, all my material that was just like, yo, I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
I already watched so many different comedians already,
Mm-hmm.
so it was just, I guess it was that, just the fact that I watched a lot of comedians already in my life, so it was just like, yo, I can do this. Um, yeah, I think it was just my experience of watching comedians. Like
Mm-hmm.
my material kind of was just like, it was similar. I was like, it's the same as what comedians are doing. So I was just like, all right, I guess you can do this shit.
Right. No, you can definitely do it. Now, when you had
Mhm.
went back after you got your material together, can you take us through the whole night of how that went for you?
The night that I got my material together, you say?
Yeah. So when you had first, when the first part when you were saying you was there, you just went up there just to see how it was how it went, and then after that, you had went back and started having pages of material, and then you went back because they didn't have any comedians and stuff like that. Like, did they let you perform that night?
Right. So they actually didn't really let me perform. Like I got to the open mic, I guess kind of late. So it was all the slots was already filled up. You know, they
Mm-hmm.
already had people performing, so they didn't really have time for me to perform. And I somehow, some way, I got the mic from the host and I got up on stage, even though like I wasn't really supposed to be on stage. So I got up on there and I told the audience, I was like, hey y'all, they don't really got time for me tonight, but make sure y'all come back next Friday. I'm gonna do some jokes and I'm gonna try and make y'all laugh. And I don't know, they liked it that, and so I said a little bit more, just something funny, like not really my material. I just said something about the audience,
Mm-hmm.
and I got like a good reaction from that. You know, like they was already laughing, and the vibe was like they was excited to see me. You know, because even after that one time I was on stage, the people in the audience was like, you coming back next week for sure?" And they were like, "I'm coming back to see you next Friday." You know, stuff like that. They kind of was making it known that they wanted to see me, and I guess it's just because they wanted to see a comedian. You know, like all the artists there was mainly like rap, poetry, and singing and stuff like that. So it could have just been like, oh, now we finally got a comedian
Mm-hmm.
here, and they was just excited to see me. And they definitely showed me like really good support.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why I kept coming back like every weekend. I mean, every week to perform
Every week.
because
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. Oh no, I mean, because it was they was really acceptive of me coming there and doing comedy. They it's like they liked it. They was literally asking me like, you know, are you gonna come back? When the next time you gonna be here? Are you gonna perform? Stuff like that. So it was just like, all right, they like this. They want it. Like, why not do it? So
That's what's up. And what is the name of the place that you go to where you do your comedy at?
it's all different places. It could be a comedy club or just a bar where they host open mic.
Okay, that's what's up. And this
Yeah.
is all centered all in the city because I just know a lot of times they have a lot of stuff for like artists, you know what I'm saying, rappers and stuff like that. You don't really see too many
Mm-hmm.
comedians go up there and give a couple minutes of their time. I wish because I always wanted to see something like that. I guess watching Bernie Mac, Def Comedy Jam, stuff like that. I know I'm very very young, but I'm still old enough to know about like the good comedy and where it came from, the raw, uncut, all the other stuff. Now, as
Right.
far as there's a big difference between a female comic and a male comic, and it's starting to get more and more into who you are. Was there anything that you might have said that could have been like taken out of context and people taking it for a different way instead of just laughing or whatever? Because I know most male comedians, they don't really have it. Like everybody has hecklers, but they don't really have like when they speak their ideas, stuff like that, people just lash out and stuff because that's a man. But as far as a female, have you ever felt any type of backlash and stuff like that based on like your own like jokes and stuff like that?
Yes, that's a good question. Definitely. I've experienced that, and it's a good thing because it was just like a learning process. Sometimes the way I perform, like if I don't perform the right way, like people just take whatever I say like serious. They,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, people. Some people watch comedy and they literally like believe everything that the comedian says and stuff like that. And I don't know. So, and I got some kind of crazy jokes, you know, about I lived in Los Angeles and I got introduced to pimps, like real pimps and shit. You know,
Right,
like I didn't even know pimps was real. I thought I had only seen pimps on TV,
right.
you know, before I came to LA, and LA is like real pimps out here. So I had a joke about that, and I didn't really deliver it the right way. So I heard all the ladies, they was all like, "Oh,"
Oh,
because I said I fell in love with a pimp, and they was like, "Oh, poor baby." Like it just seemed like it got all sad and stuff. Like now I don't really know what my life is really like now, and I'm just like, that is a joke. I'm like, this is literally a freaking joke.
right.
So yeah, being Zoe, the kind of comedy that I have and the topics that I talk about, I do believe that some people really be like believing everything I say, and they can look at me differently, they can judge me and all that stuff like that. But um I don't really let that stop me from saying whatever I want to say. Like people gonna look at me this way, they're gonna judge me, they're gonna do all of that stuff anyway, so it don't really matter.
Yeah, that's gonna be people. I mean, then again, it looks like that you develop what they call thick skin, because a lot of
Yes,
times
exactly.
people, because again, you are the comedian that tells the jokes, but a lot of times people, when they get harassed by these people, by these other folks, and they say things that may be joke worthy or may not, they can't take it. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to
Hmm.
take criticism. You know what I'm saying? And what's the number one thing or something that showed you that, hey, I can't be really upset as far as the critics because I do want to be able to get better. You know what I'm saying?
Um, just a joke being funny. Like, say that same joke, the pimp joke is like, it's a good joke. I like it and everything like that. And I'm not going to let the fact that some people might think, like, they might think that I'm a prostitute. When I talk about this pimp stuff and everything like that. And it's just like, I know the truth. So it's like, I'm not going to let that stop me from having funny
Right.
material, because I'm like, it's literally funny. It's one of like, not my best jokes, but it's a good joke. Like a lot of people like it, so it's just like, all right, I'm using it. Okay, I get you might think I'm a prostitute, but obviously you might think I'm a cat too. Because if I say, like I'm a cat, you think I'm a fucking cat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I
Yeah.
got a joke about being a cat. You don't think I'm a fucking cat though, but like if I have a joke about, like whole stuff, or I met a pimp, now all of a sudden you really think I'm a prostitute. It's just like,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm a cat prostitute. That's why I'm outside on the sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Nah, I mean, yeah, you really can't buy into what people is definitely trying to, I guess, trying to create or trying to sell based on who you are, but you already have that mindset. Now, who are those people, or do you have somebody that you talk to that you can kind of get comedic information from that can kind of help you along the way? Do you have somebody like a mentor or something like that, or how does that work for you?
I just recently got a mentor, not too long ago. But like he's on tour with Cat Williams right now, so I
Oh,
kind of
okay.
don't really. His name is Zooman Miller. Um,
Okay. I'm about to look him up.
he definitely, yeah, he will definitely help me out when I reach out to him and ask him questions and stuff like that. But like I said, right now he's on tour, so I kind of just like don't really bother him because like he on tour. Like I'd rather
Hmm.
try to catch him when he not on tour. But in the past, he's definitely helped me work out some of my jokes and give me like some tips on like writing and like making my jokes better.
Hmm.
Um, that's kind of it right now. I mean, because I wish I did have like more people like that in my life, but
Hmm.
no, I don't.
I got you. Now, what do you think is the hardest thing for female comedians versus the male comedians?
Um, Probably like being liked enough to get booked for shows.
Hmm.
You know, yeah, being liked enough, but not too much. Because I feel like in my experience, it's probably like a lot more male bookers.
Hmm.
So it's like if you a female, if you want to get on shows, it's like you got to go through these bookers and stuff like that. And being a female, you come across these male bookers, they don't really want to make it easy for you. It's like you got to prove yourself. They already don't think you funny just because they feel like females are not funny. Um, yeah, they going to try to be a friend some way. They try to fuck you, all that shit like that. Like, I feel like that's the hardest part for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because if it was more female bookers out here, it would be a little bit different. But it's mostly male bookers that a female like me, I got to go through these people
Mm.
to get booked on a show. That's probably the hardest part.
Damn. That's you, wow. That's crazy. Because I mean, you're not the first woman that actually expressed that, but it just really lets me know all of this stuff take place in anything that's kind of like male dominated
Yeah, is
when
it?
it comes
Yeah,
to this.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
because
that's
if you
that's
have the
crazy.
males, if it's males in that position to like put people on, you got to go through them. And you
Hmm.
know, I definitely do feel like that's the hardest thing.
Right.
That's the hardest thing because I mean, a lot of male comics they see me performing, they see me doing good for the audience. You know, they see me making the crowd laugh and all that shit like that. But that's not enough.
Right.
That's not enough for them to be like, all right, I'm gonna put you on this show. And you know, you never know what they might want just for them to put you on a show. So it don't matter about you being funny. You could be really funny. A lot of times you be funnier than them, and they really ain't gonna make it easy for you to get on that show. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So it could be a little bit easier for me if I was less funny. You know what I'm saying? Like all that shit is dealing with other people in comedy, I would
Right.
say.
Right. And yeah, I'm sorry. This just makes Cat Williams interview a look. It's like more and more like I mean, I always heard stories and stuff like that when you watch YouTube and you have celebrities come and talk about the stuff they had to endure just to go through what they went through. And even like myself sometimes, like, what if I actually get big, or what if I actually get somewhere in life, like, okay, I'm getting all this attention, and I want people to work with me based on my work ethic instead of just trying to get me because I may look attracted to them, or they may
Mhm.
want me to do a little extra, and
Mhm.
compromising my integrity for that, I'll just be like, I'll go somewhere else. With
Yeah.
yourself, do you, I know in this game it's set up a lot of disappointments because of people having like real high like expectations. But with yourself, and you see this and you know this was what's going on, how are you still able to commit yourself to still like keep going with the whole comedy situation? Because well, comedy and stand up, because this is what has really been going on for years
Right.
and years and
Mhm.
years. So how are you still being able to like stay disciplined and say, you know what, I love what I do. I'm not gonna let this person take this away from me because I see myself, I see the vision. So how do you do it?
Um. Well, thank God we got social media nowadays. You know, because pretty much like I don't get on stages a lot. Like people are not booking me and stuff like that. I'm not getting booked. So I have to just do my own thing and put it out on social media. Um, I'm sorry, my nose is getting stuffed.
Oh, it's okay.
Dang, you asked a lot in that question.
Oh, I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah, just the person that I am, you know, like I guess in my experience, I'm used to people saying like, "Oh, you can't do this," and or kind of give me a hard time to do things. So it's like I'm used to it. So for me doing comedy, it's just like, what? Y'all niggas ain't saying shit. Like y'all
Mm-hmm.
ain't stopping me from nothing. I'll pretty much just do everything on my own, you know. So coming into comedy and seeing like the works, like everything that's going on behind the scenes, it's like for me, all that does is just pushes me. It motivates me more to
Mm-hmm.
do like the things that I want to do or the things that I need to do. Like, okay, you not gonna book me? Like, okay, now I gotta do my own show. Like, I gotta do my own show and fucking book me. You know, and that's pretty much. It's a good thing, really, because it really got me on go. Like, I'm doing a lot of stuff. You
Mm-hmm.
know, even though people are like not giving me the opportunity that they know I deserve, you know. So it's just like, all right, I just got to do all this stuff by myself. And think, you know, luckily you can look at other artists like before me that has done the same thing, you know. So like, shout out to all the comedians before me that have done things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you just gotta do it on your own. You don't really need, you know. I would say me, like I don't need these other fucking people that can put me in places and stuff like that. Now it is an easy route, like it will help, you know, but it's like I'm not gonna let that stop me.
And at what cost?
Right? Yeah, exactly. Trust me, I already see. I mean, we can go back on this Cat Williams stuff, this Hollywood, this industry stuff, and you know, like so now it's like I don't owe nobody nothing.
Yeah.
For real, for real. Like that's the thing. Like I don't owe nobody nothing. People ain't like doing shit for me, and I gotta do shit back for them. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And that's kind of I'm not really in that situation because it's like I'm not part of like no little clique of people that you know they all fuck with each other and they gotta book each other, they gotta help each other, and they can't fuck with nobody else. You know, like they can't bring a new person in because then they gonna be mad. Like with like all of that shit, I don't really have to deal with, you know, just on the standing alone thing, which is shit. It's good.
Yeah.
Less problems for me.
You know what? I'm glad that you're able to help me on that because when you just said that, it was like I don't have to deal with a lot of problems, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard
Right,
work, but
exactly.
I'm the one that's
Hmm.
doing it. And a lot of times I used to think, like, damn, if I would have had people around me or whatever, this and that. But then something else would come like, well, Jeff, you getting it done. It probably would have
Right.
took longer if you would have had them a part of it anyway. So you
Hmm.
have to go ahead and get the job done yourself or it won't be
Right.
done at all. So
Right.
with yourself, do you have a team or do you mostly do everything by yourself?
No, I definitely do everything by myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, dang, I was just about to say something else. I forgot that fast. But yeah, no, it's me doing it by myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to look for all the help, whatever I need. I gotta like reach out. I gotta pay people. You know what I'm saying? So oh, what I was saying is the good thing about it is like I'm learning so many different things. You know, like I'm supposed to just be doing stand up comedy, but now it's like I'm learning to film, I'm learning to edit, I'm learning to just like a whole bunch of more other stuff. Being so it's like, all right, I got to do this stuff by myself, and I'm happy about that because I'm just like, all right, you know, later on down the line, I'm gonna be able to help other people. You know, like people like me, people that did need the help. It's like I'm gonna be able to help people the way that I needed to help, and it ain't gonna be on some, you know, I want something from them or I need something from them and shit like that. I just literally want to help people because I know how I needed the help, and so I'm kind of really excited about that because I'm like, bitch, all this shit you doing, I'm like, you probably gonna be like producing comedy specials, you know, in the future. Like I'm gonna be just helping the fuck out of comedians,
Mm-hmm.
like because it's something that we do need out here. We need people that just want to be that can just help you, you know, and not have something and not want something in return or hold stuff over your head and shit like
Or
that.
motive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like,
Yeah. I I always paid attention. I mean, of course, everybody. When I was in high school, everybody always talked about, you know, the Illuminati, secret society, all these other things that you have to be able to get into these places to get in high places. But then when I started doing my own research, it's a lot of people. It's actually a couple people that didn't even go that way, and they just love enjoying what they do, making people laugh, making people
right.
feel good. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said something. I want to say it was Cat Williams when he did his interview with Willie D. He said laughing is an emotion. Like if you can hit that emotion or tap that and make them laugh, there's something about you that connects with them that actually makes them feel or takes them out of something that whether it was like a real serious situation and to now it's like, oh, they're happy, they're feeling good. When
Hmm.
you see people laugh at your jokes, And again, I don't know if you may or may not think of this, but you know what they go through with this and that, this and this and that. When you see them laugh at your jokes, how does that feel to you? Because you're able to cure something that, you know, even them at that time couldn't even do it, but they showed up to your show. They came to see what was going on, and it is you made them laugh. Like, how does that feel to you?
That's like literally one of my favorite parts. That's the best part, to actually to be able to make people laugh. You know, that's the best part. That is the best part,
Mhm.
to have people laughing. Like, I wouldn't really be doing this if I wasn't able to make my audiences laugh. You know, like it would definitely be a lot different for me. Like, I need to connect with the audience, and I like right now I like performing in like little small, like intimate
I see
places,
that.
where, as far as like, because I want to be able to see the people. Like, I want to be able to see their eyes. I want to be able to see, like, sometimes I look in the audience and I just see people just smiling at me,
Mhm.
like they just like waiting for me to make them, like, to make them laugh again, or are they just smiling because they just enjoy hearing what I'm talking about or whatever. But that shit is like priceless,
Mhm.
being able to connect with people in that way.
Mhm.
And because a lot of times it's strangers, so that's like a way to like, it's like I'm bringing people together, with laughter and like emotions, like happiness, and taking like loads off their shoulders and stuff like that. Because obviously it's like they're not thinking about the heavy things that they was thinking about before,
Right.
you know. And that's what's really that's so important to me, because that's what comedy is for me. Like I said, I watched comedy so much before I began doing comedy, and I know like what I get from comedy. Like, comedy definitely takes away, like, and if I'm in a situation like a bad situation, sad, I'm angry, bored, depressed,
Mhm.
stuff like that, I can put a comedy special on, and I'm not feeling that no more, because now it's like something that made me smile, something that made me laugh. Now I'm in a happy mood, and luckily, like, if they keep making me laugh, now I'm in a way better mood. I'm not thinking about all the things that I was thinking about before. I mean, we know, like, laughing actually, it literally does make you feel good, So it's just like a positive for me. It's just all the way positive. It's a great thing.
I like that because even you're smiling based on speaking on your experiences, and that means to me that shows that you're really true to your craft and you really
Mhm.
love and enjoy what you do. I can feel that. I love good energy.
Yeah, that's my favorite part. Like, actually having the people in the audience laughing. And I mean, I like, kind of, after, like, when I'm done performing, when they come to me and kind of give me some feedback,
Hmm.
they'd be like, "Oh, I like that joke," or, "Girl, you was crazy," or, "You so funny," or this, that, and the third, or whatever. Like, because they literally be smiling, they be so excited. Then they want to say something to me, I guess, because whether like a certain joke kind of really touched them a certain way, or they just had a good night, or whatever, like, that's my favorite thing about doing comedy.
That's what's up. Is there anything that you looking to branch off into, like just by using comedy, like movies, TV shows,
Yeah,
anything else like that?
definitely. Because I am like a writer. I'm more of a writer. Um, I used to write like stories, and I wrote like a book, stuff like that. So I am trying to get into like writing for like TV shows, sketch shows, and maybe like movies and stuff like that. And I definitely see me getting there. I write so much. I have so many different ideas for like movies and TV and stuff like that. So I
Hmm.
am actually, that's my goal. That's my goal. I mean, I plan to hopefully always be able to do comedy, stand up, and like specials, as long as I can keep creating the material for it.
Hmm.
But I do want to, get into making movies and stuff.
I love to see it. I would love to
Mm.
see it. I cannot wait. I'll be weak as hell.
Yeah.
Hopefully, one of these days I can get myself up and be like, "Oh, just let me know what the audition is. I'm pulling up. What you
Right,
need me to
exactly.
say? I need a little
Exactly.
cameo. They lost. I can point out, say, "Hey, boy, that's me right there." Like, there's only 2 seconds, but that's me right there.
Yeah,
I
all
truly love
right.
that. I love that, man. So
But
have you ran into any other comedians or anybody from where you are that's like, I guess we can kind of consider famous that gave you advice and stuff like that? Or was everything, again, was just out of your own liking and you just learning from your own experience?
I mean, if somebody famous, um, I mean, I have met other like famous comedians and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because I took like classes where like they will be there and all that stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I did get some advice. Um, well, I'm gonna just say so. Samore, she's actually my favorite comedian,
Shout out some
and
more.
I like, yeah, I had kind of like reached out to her through social media and stuff like that. 'Cause, you know, I'm shooting my shot, trying to let her know like I'm
I
doing
understand.
comedy,
I know.
and I would love to open up for her one day and stuff like that. Um, but she would kind of respond to like my messages and stuff like that. And one time she just was like, you know, keep up the good work and enjoy the journey. And I like that advice that she gave me, like enjoy the journey, you know, because it is such a crazy, I would say, like in my experience, it is like a crazy journey. Like something like doing comedy, like it does, you know, it was like it's something you should be doing like for a long period of time. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like if you like it, if you get at it, if you're trying to get to different levels and achieve, get better, all this other stuff. It is going to be a journey, and sometimes it can be really like frustrating. It could be super hard. You just never really know how it's going to be. But um, for her saying like enjoy the journey is just kind of made me realize to be happy about where I'm at
I can see the look on your
in my
face.
journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. No, I mean, it was just, it really just kind of was just like, all right, yeah, I should really be enjoying the journey, instead of letting little things stress me. You know, like certain things stress me because that those things can turn into big things that can make me stop wanting to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's just like, all right, enjoy the journey. Like, okay, I know men are usually talking about male comics, so now it's like, all right, I'm talking about them back. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all always want to throw shit on us, give us a hard time. It's just like, all right, well, and it's like male comics, they already don't like me, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna give y'all a reason not to like me,
Right.
because now I got jokes about y'all, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck that, like. So that's kind of me, you know, like enjoying the journey and stuff like that, like not letting anything kind of like get to me, uh, frustrate me and stress me out to make me want
Mm-hmm.
to discourage me and or stop, because obviously like it's a long journey, it's not going to be easy, but you can and should try to enjoy it as much as possible.
As much as possible, but the blessing part about that journey is you started your journey.
Right.
You started it. It's so many
All
people
right.
at so many people that
Mm-hmm.
probably ask you the same thing as well as me. Be like, man, what made you do this? What got you going? I just did it.
Right.
I just did it. Like a lot of people be really trying to get that, I guess, a magic answer is like, yeah, I did. I went through this. I had that. I had that. I can give you a story, but I just did it. You know what I'm saying? And then I
Right.
love
Exactly.
doing what I do because, again, I love to get people's story. The news paint their own narrative of a person. But if I
Mm-hmm.
can give this person 30 minutes, an hour 30 to be able to get all what they need off, that's their story. Who am I to tell them that no, you can't speak on this, no, you can't speak on that?
Right.
Hell, everything you talk
Right.
about and the people I interview, I learn from you because you're helping me to keep going. Stay with
Mm-hmm.
it, stick with it. Like I be broke as hell, but I be happy as hell when I sit here and I do this. Like
Right.
it,
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
it takes me away from it because again, I'm learning to love what I do, my craft, just by not even, I'm not gonna say not having nothing, but going out and doing all this other stuff. I'm not doing all that. I'm really focused on my craft and where do I see myself being in the next couple of years. And do I believe
Right.
I have a chance to put myself in a certain spaces, you know what I'm saying, just to control my destiny? Yes. but I always give thanks because again, like if I can wake up another 24 hours, like them small underrated blessings, and if I can just give it up to just basically on that, like God can always gonna take care of me. You know, as long as my heart is pure
Mm-hmm.
and I do what I
Right.
do with good intentions, everything else will fall in place. So I had to really learn that.
Right.
I'm still learning that, but like listening to you and a couple other people that I've been listening to and y'all been doing y'all thing, it's just like Jeff, you're doing it. Like stop beating yourself up because what you don't have. You have this. People don't even have what you have, bro. Like so you gotta be happy speaking
Right.
on this mic, talking to these people. But that's just my little thing. So you got me all like
You know,
inside is going.
that's good. I love that. I love to hear this. Because honestly, I do watch. I don't really watch like podcasts like that, but I will watch podcasts where it's a comedian
Mhm.
talking about like their journey, like how they started, things they've been through, what they're doing now. I will watch those things, like I because it's like I'm a comedian, and so it's just like you want to hear from other people, like things that they've been through
Right.
or like their journey, experience stuff like that or whatever, because it'll definitely kind of like help you. It should motivate you, possibly like inspire you and stuff like that. So I like that you are doing like these interviews and stuff like that, for other people to watch and just like for us to like learn about each other and stuff like that. So um, it is really needed because, like you said, like with all the blog posts and stuff like that and the internet, and people can put out anything about you and they can take your words and twist them and all that stuff like that or whatever. But um, something like this is very needed, like this space where I get to talk and say what I want to say, and you can ask me all these questions and stuff like that. Yeah, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, and you gave me a chance. Excuse me when I get emotional, but it's just the fact people give me a chance. Like you gonna allow this young man from Virginia to interview
Mm-hmm.
you, but I don't know. I don't know. It's based off like I like where his head's at, or let me just see this, or maybe hey, I never had an interview before. You can be the first person. But once you get to
Right.
talk to me and I get to talk to you back, like it's therapy for me because again you never
Right.
know where a person may be at in life, but when you talk to
Mm-hmm.
people and it's just it's helpful because you never know how the way you can bless a person. Don't always have to be with
Right.
money or any financial gain. You can just give them some type of words of encouragement, and we
Mm-hmm.
need people like us because it's a
Right.
lot of people that do not play by those rules. They snatch, take, gimme. They don't care
Yes.
about nobody else. So I love
Yes.
this because again, it just gives me more hope that there's people out there that's like myself, and there's people out there who want to
Mm-hmm.
see me win too. I just couldn't understand it because like I'm in my hometown, people don't support me, people don't do this and that. But it's like Jeff, you got to go out, dog.
Right.
Around here, it's kind of like saturated to you. You got to go somewhere
Right.
to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely do appreciate it. And I'm sorry, I'm going over here just rambling and stuff like that.
No, it's that's all good. Usually it's me, so it's look. I'm sitting here receiving like the energy that you put out, so it's good.
Yes, ma'am. I
It is
appreciate you.
all.
All right. So before you go, can you let everybody know where they can follow you at on all social media platforms?
So I'm on Instagram as Charrina, but it's spelled CHA.RRINA. On Facebook, I'm Charrina, but it's spelled CHAR space RINA. I am on YouTube. I'm on TikTok. But just go to Instagram. You can find everything else there. But it was really nice being here and talking to you today.
Oh no, it was a blessing. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Yeah.
I was like, man, once my son went home to his mom, and I was like, damn, I know I got to stay busy all day. I don't know. I
Mm,
don't know. I just love being a father. You know what I'm saying? And
that's what's up.
I just love having that. How the way I was raised. You know what I'm saying? Spend time with your kids, with your family. That's what I'm still working towards to one day, and just being thankful for what I have. I think ever since I
Right.
lost my father, it's just been more. It's like you love what love you. You don't worry about with nothing else. So I don't know. I don't know. That's why I go hard
Yeah,
the way
no,
I
that
do.
sounds like a plan.
Yeah,
Definitely. Keep that up though.
you
Keep
gotta
that
you
up.
gotta have one. And just like yourself, like people like you. that do interviews with me every single day let me know, like, Jeff, you doing this, you doing what you're supposed to be doing. A lot of people just wait for people to come to them. No, I go to the people.
Yeah, no, I know me. Exactly, exactly. Keep reaching out to people. It is some really dope people out here, nice people, motivating people, like people that's going to inspire you, help you, reach out, help you, all that stuff like that. So yeah, definitely keep doing what you're doing, and I hope you keep the same energy to attract the people that you want to work with and stuff. So
Oh yes, ma'am. I'd have had
yeah.
a lot of great advice for people. You know what's funny? Cat Williams would be in Richmond February 17th to the 22nd, or February 18th to the 22nd. I don't know why it's been
Hmm.
in my head, but it's like, go to that show. I don't know why, for some reason, like, yo, just go to that show. I guess because I've been
Hmm.
watching so many of his interviews, and again, I was really inspired by some of the stuff that he was saying. But
Hmm.
I feel like if you really want to get to really to where you want to be, you have to go for it. I can't just sit
Right.
back here and just not do nothing, you know?
Right. Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. I'm definitely the same way. So I'm going to tell you, you should do it. I'm kind of thinking maybe like, cause if you want to go to like enjoy the show, but maybe try to do some interviews down there, like try to, if you can always, even if you outside, you can try to do some interviews of people that's going to
To
see,
the
because you
show.
never know what kind of footage, yeah, you never know what kind of footage you might get from those people. Even like when you inside, you can kind of like on a slide, try to get some people to like interview some little shit. Like just try whatever you can do. Like that's how I met my mentor. Like I went to see Cat Williams when he came to Kansas City, and I just went up to like the stage. I didn't get on the stage, but this was when the show was over. And I went up to the stage, and one of the comedians, Zooman Miller, he was right there. We took a picture together. We talked a little bit, and that's how I met him.
Mm-hmm.
And like now he is my mentor, so I would say go, because you never know what's going to happen. I don't exactly know what you're expecting, but I mean, if you're doing interviews, you can go, you can try, do some interviews down there, and you never know who you might meet.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could also, I mean, because like I'm telling you, I was really right there at the stage. Like I could have been like, oh, can we do an interview right now? Like like I mean, cause he got on my phone. We took a picture and everything. Like I felt like if I would have asked him, how people do those little short interviews where they ask
Mm-hmm.
like one or two questions.
Mm-hmm.
You can be doing that while you're down there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I'm all for it. I always look at it like, what do I
Like
have to lose? What's the worst I
right,
have to
yeah,
lose by coming out here? If I'm
right,
sitting in the
yeah,
house, I ain't
no,
doing nothing.
right. I mean,
Yeah.
it'll be like a fun good night because I mean, it sounds like you like comedy,
Oh, I love comedy. I
right? Yeah,
love
all
comedy.
right. Exactly. So it's like just go have a good time and hopefully like enjoy the show, but also do your thing while you're down there too.
Oh yeah,
I
I'm
know you
already.
can
I'm
do
about to
it.
start piecing this stuff together. Trust me,
For
I'll do the whole
real.
shit by myself if I had to. I don't even care.
Yeah, exactly. Even I don't know if you gotta take it like a little like a tripod or something, one that you can like fold and kind of like put like in a just bring all your little shit. I buy That's the other thing. I be spending money on my comedy shit. Like I buy whatever it is that I need.
Hmm.
And it's like I have to, so I hope you got, things that, I hope you get like your brain rolling for it because you're thinking about going to this Cat Williams show. Like you can make content out of this, out of
Hmm.
you going to, have a good night. So
I can't wait.
yeah,
I'm really looking
I'm gonna
forward
be
to it.
looking. I'm gonna be looking forward to kind of see what you do, like if you go or
Mhm.
whatever. But
Oh, I got you. See now you put me on the spot. So now I definitely got to go.
right, well,
Nah.
I mean, it's just another opportunity for like more content and stuff like that. And 'cause it sounds like you kind of want to go already, so maybe just think about it. Some more ideas might come to you. Be like, oh, bet I should do this. I should do this. You know what I'm saying? And then all you gotta do is go.
Hmm. I'm gonna do
So
it. I'm gonna definitely do it. I'm gonna let
yeah,
everybody know who you are. If you need anything, I post all of your comedy stuff. I don't mind helping. I don't see
bad.
what's the
That's what's
evil
up.
part about helping people. You know what
All
I'm
right,
saying? I love it.
exactly.
I love to do it. But I know you got some things you gotta do today. You enjoy yourself, keep doing what you're doing, keep God first. And I mean again, you already have the tools, you know what I'm saying? But if you ever need some words of encouragement, And same thing likewise. I'm
Yeah.
always here.
All right, but that is
I'm
so
always
good.
here.
All
But you go ahead and
right,
enjoy
man.
yourself.
Yes, you have a good day, and
I
let's
will
keep in
try to.
touch.
I got you.
All right.
Peace.
All right. Bye.